Hey Leah, welcome to my live stream. Thanks for joining. Huevos. No viste mi polo. Sí, se ves bien. Sí. Me siento mejor. Fui a Korean. Just to let you know, I'm not gonna be talking that much because my older brother's here. So yeah. Yeah. So is there anything you want to tell me? Tell me. Oh, all right. Oh, just to let you know, Xavier's not gonna join the stream because, dude, he did tell me why. Because he doesn't want to get in trouble by his mom because his mom doesn't trust anyone in the internet. So I don't think he's joining today. You know what? Instead of sitting here doing nothing, I want to show a music video. So you might be probably hear this mobile game called Angry Birds. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry if I'm talking nonsense. I just don't know why. It is you animator. Yeah, yeah, Leah. So you should understand how much I like Angry Birds. Actually, I love the Angry Birds. Ever since I was little, my dad downloaded this mobile game in Angry Birds on his phone. The Angry Birds came out in 2009, and it was an idea from a Flash game called Crush the Castle. And ever since I got into that franchise, it was so popular in the internet. Like the internet is blowing up with Angry Birds. Angry Birds all over the social medias, especially YouTube. YouTube has the most ones. Once I heard about it, it was so good. I was so into it because three some looking angry birds versus the pigs. And yeah, like Angry Birds is basically my whole life. Even though I did own a few back in the day, I used to own a lot, but sadly they got thrown away in the trash because they were outside in the rain, soaking wet, and plus they smell. So my mom throws all of it away. I only save a few ones because I just don't want my childhood to run down. And back in the day, since I want Angry Birds toys so bad, my parents wouldn't buy it. I mean, how greedy of them. They should understand how much I love Angry Birds. Because Angry Birds is basically into my heart. And after that day, more different styles of Angry Birds came. And I was so into it, like a lot. But until then, 2019 summer, Rovio, yeah, Rovio makes Angry Birds. This is the company name is Rovio. He's the one that makes Angry Birds. Same here. I watched both Angry Birds movies. I like the designs of the birds because they look great. Great. I mean, they look accurate. Not gonna lie. So yeah, and then Rovio in 2019 of the summer, Rovio delete few of the games out of the App Store. The reason why, because he did in the main Angry Birds YouTube channel, they say they're taken down because of test purpose, and I was like, oh. But until then, I saw a video why Angry Birds is taken down because Rovio wants to focus more on money and doesn't care about his past. Ever since I was into the game, I feel so depressed that the Angry Birds franchise has gone dead, and I can't stop thinking about the past, how good popular was Angry Birds. Angry Birds is my childhood, and I'm starting to fade. My loving Angry Birds started to fade away a little bit, and now I'm into the Transformers. But I want to keep Angry Birds on my life because Angry Birds means everything to me. And you should understand that Angry Birds are my life as well. Angry Birds mean a lot to me because I was into the franchise ever since I was a little kid. I don't remember what age. I'm assuming it's 13 and well, 2009. I'm assuming. I was like 5 years old. So even though Angry Birds comes from a different day, I still miss Angry Birds. So yeah, that's the story of me loving Angry Birds in my life. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. Oh yes, I am excited for Gacha Life 2. If you guys are Android users, Gacha Life 2 will come out on October 5th. I'm an iOS user, so it's gonna come out November 10th. I mean October 10th. But for PC users, Halloween. The release date of Gacha Life 2 will be released on PC on Halloween. And for Android users, October 5th. And for iOS like me, October 10th. I mean, yeah. Can't wait for Gacha Life 2 to come out. So yeah, Gacha Life 2 is coming, guys, so be prepared for that. We might end up soon abandon Gacha Club, just like Gacha Club. Okay, first of all, I said iOS user of Gacha Club will come out on October 10th. And Leah, you might get it on October 5 because it says release date on October 5. So yeah. But back when I'm saying, yeah, you guys should understand how much Angry Birds means to me. We're all abandoning Gacha Life. Gacha Life was the best. like I don't know if you noticed, but I know Gacha Life since 2019, and I was got into that community that I want to start my own videos and character. I even start my own character. And tell you the truth, Mathcraft is my nickname. My nickname is Mathcraft because I love math. Yeah, Angry Birds means me a lot. But thanks, Leah. Well, yeah, I'm still gonna miss that franchise. Hopefully, Rovio will let bring back. Well, they did bring back the classic one, but except for the few ones. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, and if you guys, in case you see my recent ones, I start uploading a few Slendy Tubbies videos. And before I tell you about Slendy Tubbies, would you like to hear how I got into that franchise? How I got into that community? I'm only gonna say how I got into them. I'm not gonna explain the monsters or anything because it will take up the whole story of me knowing about it. Because me talk about the games will come after me talk about how I got into. So would you like to hear it? How I got into Slendy Tubbies? All right. So it's around like 2018 or 19. I don't remember what year, but here's what happens. So when I was watching a different video on YouTube, I was watching scary games. I was watching Five Nights at Freddy's games gameplay, and it was I was having fun until then I accidentally click on the video, another video from a different YouTuber. His name is Fusion Z Gamer. He upload horror game content, and then I came across that he was playing a a, a popular game called Slendy Tubbies 3. He was playing the campaign version, aka the story mode. I'm not gonna explain what's the story. I'll explain later. So once I was watching it, I was like into that video he's playing, and I see the whole monsters. Well, I see the part two version. I didn't see the part one because I was into the part two, and it was really scary. The monsters and designs and characters looks terrifying as hell. I was like afraid, but not too afraid. Like not like in real life, like oh my god, they're real. But no, I was inside of me was afraid, and ever since then, I check up the theme song, and it was really terrifying. I mean, hearing the song in deep pitch down voice, and it's really terrifying me. And around noon or almost getting dark, I still watch it. Until then, after I go to sleep, I started to feel like they're coming after me because I can feel them coming to me. But no, they're it's just a game. So when I look up Slendy Tubbies 3, Slendy Tubbies 3 is a PC game made by Zero Works. Zero Works create the game. Zeo, not zero. Z-O. Z-O Works create Slendy Tubbies 3. And I was wondering, did he make other two Slendy Tubby games? So he did make Slendy Tubbies 1 that came out 2012 and 2014 Slendy Tubbies 2. And ever since I know Slendy Tubbies 3, I was so terrified of that game. Until then, I see some few videos. There's also funny moments, multiplayer, and gameplay from different YouTubers. I've seen a few YouTubers that I know play this game. And until then, I got into the franchise. I started to like the franchise a lot. And plus the Slendy Tubbies community got so much popular by other people. It was an idea from the game Slender Man, and people making other Slender games such as SpongeBob Slendy Pants and other. Yeah, I was thinking other Teletubbies will attack me, but like I was saying, so yes, I was into Slendy Tubbies. Hold up, hold up. Uh, Okay, as I was saying, so guys, me knowing Slendy Tubbies was an accident. I accidentally clicked another video and I got into Slendy Tubbies, and suddenly I got into Slendy Tubbies 3. So all of this was an accident. I wasn't really meant to see Slendy Tubbies until then I got into the franchise. The reason why, because they have multiplayer. The multiplayer mode has survival, collect mode, sandbox. The survival mode is way fun. You hold guns and shoot enemies. And since I love Slendy Tubby so much, I started to make my own Slendy Tubby character, as you see right now. And yeah, I made one for you too, Leah. But just because I made you one doesn't mean I gotta turn you into monsters. So yeah, I got into Slendy Tubbies 3 ever since 2018. And yeah, this is the whole story. I cannot believe I got into this franchise. So it was um something like that, but yeah, a little bit, not a lot. Close the door. Close the door. Let me finish. Yeah, I got into Baldi's Basics since 2018, but let me finish. I'm glad you understand, Leah, because since I made you as a Teletubby, I'm not gonna turn you into a Slendy Tubby because I know how much you love the original Teletubbies, but I'm just gonna make you into a character from Slendy Tubbies 3 that is Annie. She's a soldier, so you're basically a soldier. Basically, you're from the military, and this is the reason why you have the hat because you're part of the military, and you're really nice to me when you first met me in Slendy Tubbies 3. That's the new story idea I will make soon. But I'm not gonna turn you into a monster because being a monster sucks to you if you know Teletubbies 3 has monsters, but I'm the only one that can turn into a monster. So yeah. Ever since I know Teletubbies, I just got into this community so much that I just want to make my own Teletubby content. Even though you don't like Teletubbies, Leah, I completely understand that. And ever since I played multiplayer, I want to play it again. And Leah, since when you and me meet, you basically will see me playing Teletubbies on my computer. So yeah, I'm not gonna force you to play it because I know how much you like the classic ones, and I know how much you don't like the scary version of them. So yeah, I'm not gonna force you to play Teletubbies because it might be too scary for you. So yeah, all this was an accident, but good thing I know Teletubbies, or else I would be bored. So yeah, guys, that's the story about Teletubbies. And Leah, if you remember my Teletubbies theme song or something, Tubbies video, and I did tell you that there was a lore, there's a story behind the Tubbies. And let me tell you this: there's basically no gore in Tubbies because they only turn into monsters. Only monsters with blood, and that's it. And to tell you the truth, the monster models that you see from the Teletubbies were not created by Zero Works. The models came from somewhere else. I'm not gonna explain where they come from because I don't know any of these games where they came from because yeah. So you want to so it okay, Leah. I'm gonna tell you how the Tubbies turn into monsters. Would you like to hear it or no? If you don't want to, then that's fine. Okay, so it all started when once the Teletubbies were made into these pods. So what happened was, if you know the monsters, how they turn into monsters, they got affected by the custards. So basically, who caused all this is Nunu, the vacuum. So Nunu turned all the Teletubbies into monsters, and he infected the custards because he thinks the Teletubbies are weak. So he decided to make them better, and they died for 10 hours. And after 10 hours later, they started to feel effective, and yeah, that's why they turned to monsters. So he's gonna rule the world by turning every single Teletubbies into monsters. There's even more Teletubbies that were made by the Secret Layer. Yeah, the Teletubbies were made in the Secret Layer pods to create more Teletubbies, with creatures with bellies on their stomachs, antennas on their head, Teletubbies with no fingers or toes, and has some fur, different colors of fur. So yeah, this is what happens to the Teletubbies. How they got infected and how they turn into monsters. So yeah, this is what happens to the Teletubbies. Nunu caused all of this. And that's just it's a lore, a story lore. So yeah, this is what happens. It all leads to Nunu for affecting the custards. And you might be wondering, there's also another tubby that has white fur. His name is Walter White, aka the Guardian. And no, he's not from the original Teletubbies. He doesn't exist in the original Teletubbies. It's just a story that how he it's just a story. So he was created by the Machine Pods and they name him Tubby uh Guardian, aka Walter White. His real name is Walter. And this is the character that we play as. And he's in charge of watching the Teletubbies, make sure they don't leave the Tubby land. If they do, they will erase any memories they saw out there. And he's the one that has those pop up like things that you see in the show. And no, it doesn't happen to the other from the classic or the new Teletubbies. Because if it were him, then when we heard female voices, clearly there's male voice and female voices on those microphone thingies that you saw in the show that keeps popping up. So yeah. So you play as Walter White in Slendy Tubbies 1 to 3. But back on saying, yeah, Nunu caused all this. And ever since Nunu calls out this, he went to the secret layer and turned the tubby pot and go to the pods and turn to tubbies into newborns. The newborn tubbies are like all like pinkish, like peaches, gray looking, with no arms. They're called the newborns. Newborn tubby, and these guys are dangerous. They look like zombies. These characters are original. Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, so Nunu caused all of this. I'm sorry you had to hear about it. But just because Teletubbies exist doesn't mean they actually did it in a real show. Look, we understand that the shows that we all love turn into horror games, but things are just gonna stay like this. And the reason why, because most YouTubers I know will play this game and gain a lot of subscribers. This is the reason why Five Nights at Freddy's exist. Well, actually, more horror games exist before that, but still, without any of these games existed, they turn into new games. Without them, there will be no more subscriber counter. So yeah. And whoever created who yeah, I know. But ever since that day, I thought Finance at Tubbyland came out before Slendy Tubbies. Slendy Tubbies came out before Finance at Tubbyland.
Turn it off.